Mm. I wonder if I've yet to make a big enough scene with the planet Earth to figure out if I'm worth discussing. Um, Me or my girlfriend. My girlfriend, she's as wild or not, if not wilder than me. Um, but we're free spirits. We live out here in the woods, and I don't know where you want to say we live. If we're technologically advanced, or if we're just, it's 2022. I don't know what to tell you about stuff like that. If you ain't figured it out, there's Ruby. If you ain't figured it out yet, a lot of it I'd like to tell you. I suppose I could, but I had a rule with myself that I would have this conversation with myself first until I felt like I went through it before I ever had it with the world. But as soon as that thought hit, I thought, well, I guess that means you might as well. It's the kind of conversation that you only have once and it's over. It's like, I don't know, it's a big one. But it's basically you against the world, and the people decide different ways. But it's basically who's boss. And some people conclude that it's me, and other people conclude that it's God, or whatever name they want to call it. But either way, based on however many different kinds of philosophies, and see the cows out here, they got their own way too. Whatever kinds of philosophies they got, and ideas, and little theories, and experiences, and oh, my daddy this, and my cousin that, and I broke my leg, and my dick got hemorrhoids, and the Lord brought me through it through His grace, and yada yada yada. And then you can say, I was once beat down by the church, and then I realized that that was just a means of controlling the masses, and I broke free, and now I'm a sovereign. Either way, look around, there ain't too many people that act like they know what the fuck they're doing. But the damn if I don't think that I got the hottest tip I've seen since I've been born. And I mean, if anybody, do you think I stay away, man? Or I just hide it with my little privates? That's what I call them. I'm the general in the army of one, except I have privates. They're the only rank I could ever tolerate. It's a good private. I hate sergeants. I hate lieutenants, and they're all garbage. Complete garbage. Don't need them or their smarts or the system they're in. I just need me and a few good privates. Just, and that's to keep the rest of you at bay. As long as I'm walking around here talking about privates, you're not going to even really want to know what the fuck I'm talking about. It sounds just weird enough to keep you closet perverts away from what the fuck is really going on in this world. Because there's a lot of you closet pervs out there. And we know that's the truth, don't we? Right now we're just hunting for a couple of mushrooms. Might just be growing. Why you think not? But I'll tell you something. I walked through Orlando in the middle of the fucking city, no less. And I came upon two, not one, but two, side by side. We were just buddies, or maybe perhaps it was a male and a female, lovers, fell from space. But the Cubans mushrooms in the middle of the East Colonial Highway in Orlando, growing side by side, and they were the two most lush psilocybe mushrooms I'd ever saw in my whole life. Just right there side by side. They were bruised purple all the way up, and the tops of them, the caps, were purple, bluish purple. I mean, just to the point where you'd have to be a moron not to know what it was. And I just ate both of them, and I remember walking around in a kind of a daze. That's sort of what you do when you're on the streets for a long time. You don't know where's home, you don't know anybody. I was just going in a daze. So none of that is all that abnormal. What was abnormal was the ecstatic feeling that I had in my soul. I was just as happy as a person could ever be. And I thought, I'm gonna take a new direction. I walked around for about 4 hours saying that. I'm sure they all thought I was crazy as fuck. I said, I'm gonna take a new direction. I'm gonna take a new direction. But I mean, I felt it. It was just a singing in my soul, loud as it could. It's somewhat like it is now. Every day is kind of like that now. But that was particularly bright, dark as those days were. And whenever sure enough, everything turned around. I guess it was that day. I think it was. It was within that day, the next, or the next. There was a 3-day period there where I really started fucking bringing hell to bear. But because I just wasn't happy with what I was seeing. All I was seeing around me was just depression and death and sadness and unhappiness, and more or less a crowd that I didn't really fit in with in my own terms. The Mexican fella, he died because he liked those drugs, hard drugs. I mean, not that I don't, but his were the kind that you don't get. Ruby, if you hit that goddamn door one more time, I'm gonna start spanking your ass. I'm telling you, your mom's gonna get mad at me, but I'm gonna start spanking your ass every time you fucking body slam that goddamn door. You don't have no fucking right to do that, Ruby. You don't have to fucking bull tackle the goddamn door. You know that's your door? That's your door and Mama's door and Lee's door, and you don't have to bull tackle fuck the thing up every day. I'm gonna start popping you if you keep doing it, Ruby, as much as I love you. But I don't have any other explanation. I don't have another fucking answer. Get you to stop goddamn tackling the fucking door. Stop it. Come sit with Daddy. Let's forget about it and tell jokes. But stop bum rushing the fucking door, honey. It's not necessary. Why are you standing in the plants? Now, why are you in the plants? That makes even less sense. You just don't feel like the change that's coming is quite comfortable for you. Well, that's a problem, because it should be well comfortable. Basically, what it means, Ruby, is that just do what I say. And the reason being, here's the whole bottom line, Ruby. Do what I say all the time. Because if I say it, if I'm bothering to say something, it's for your own benefit. Or mine, or your mom's. Aside from that, I don't know anything. Any more than you. But based on my observations of you and your behavior, you don't know what's going on half the time. So your best bet is to hang closer to me and not trust your own judgments. See, you're wandering up the road and you don't know what you're doing. Like, you could have come to all kinds of conclusions up in your head right now. You know? What you need to do is just give these things some thought. This is the evolution of canines in America. You're right at the forefront. You have to give thoughts to the types of reactions. What kind of power you got as one little ruby. One ruby could change the whole world at any time. One ruby would change the whole world. I mean, and you don't really got... I'm not telling you no, and I don't know why I would, but I don't see what business you got with that leaf blower. I understand you're interested in it, but the likelihood of you being able to start it and make use of it, zilch. You could tear it up, really piss Dad off and Mom, and ruin our lives. I know you're looking for somewhere to make an impact, and you're getting tempted by both good and evil along that trail, whatever. Trail, same thing. Any trail is a trial, and any trial is just a trail from one place to another. You know, there's no jury waiting at the end, trust me. You might as well make the best of it. Because all it does is lead to one more trail somewhere else. These little things we call events don't amount to much neither. You know it? I mean, the way that life could be, I don't know, we people down Earthlings, we like it rough, don't we? We like to take that shit. We like to take it right up the stinker. Don't we there, Ruby Boob? Don't we, Booba? That's who we are, Booba. We're Earth dwellers. Whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not, Booba. We're Earth dwellers. That's why we sniff the ground and we live down here together, because we're Earth dwellers. I'm not at all unhappy about it. How about you? I really enjoy it. More every day. But I mean, if you're acting like you're pathetic to me, then I want a good reason. Because you look pretty good and damn strong, as far as I'm concerned. Like, tell me why it's so hard and why I'm supposed to feel so sorry for you. You got your tail, like you're crawling with your tail between your legs. You tell me why it's like this, and I'll get it. Because to me, you look like the biggest dog on the block with the most going for her of anybody. You're hunting that raccoon. It's Ronnie. It's your brother. He's around back. I know you're hunting him, but I'm telling you, uh, it's going to be confusing because I'm going to be convincing you to be friends with him, and he and your mother are going to be convincing you to eat him or to run him off. And this is going to be coming from him and your mother, so it's going to be really convincing. But you and I know better because you remember how this started, Ruby. When it was me and you, we remember how we talked about we were the only ones that knew how to unconditional love. Remember, I used to tell you I was going to be like you when I grow up. Remember, I said I'm going to be like you when I grow up, Ruby, because you did better than anybody I ever saw at unconditional love. Because you knew how to love everybody all the time. And so that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to do. So they got to make the um the balance is really fun, but there's a certain faction uh, of the party that likes things put a different way, you know. And so you got to be ready to snarl at them if you have to. You already know that, but I'm telling you not to feel bad about it. If you feel like you need to do what you need to do, then Daddy's got your back, all of it, every time, every time. I'll say, you know what? If she felt it, then there must have been something wrong. So just make sure when you go to barking and raising hell, make sure you know what you're doing, Rubes. Because I'm going to have your back on it every time. That's how we'll manage to pull all this together. You know, we're going to make it work for us as a team. And when Mr. Ronnie comes back, you explain to him, you run him off until I talk to him. When he comes back, you can be friendly to him. If you want to, you can be friendly. But if you see him touching anything on here, you run him off, snap him, bite his tail off. Bite his fucking tail off. If he tries to eat your food, or if he tries to get mama's stuff, or if he tries to tear something up here, bite his fucking tail off. And run and don't even play with him. See what I mean? He'll live through that. But raccoons are hard. And I don't know if he's that kind. But if he's not, he won't even try it anyway. If he's not that kind, he won't even try that shit. He'll come up here and he'll be your friend. Hopefully that's what we're shooting for. That's the Lee and Ruby special. He'll come up and he'll just he'll want to chill with you, and he'll be just fine. And you can go play with him in the yard. I mean, y'all can run around all day, and it's no big deal. I mean, if you're gonna go kill shit, you can go find shit to kill. I don't know what to tell you, but don't drag it up to the front porch, because I don't want to have to fucking deal with it. Y'all go out there and eat it in the woods, you know. But it's the whole thing, you know, it's going to end up one day. I mean, there's no reason not to enjoy the wilderness while we can, but if you're wanting to be like the Lion King, you wanting to go for the next level shit, you got to try that shit I do. The lion lay down with the lamb stuff. You know, you got to go for it all the way. It's harder, Ruby. It'll make you sick. It'll make you sick to your stomach. A lot of times. Because you won't even think you can do it. Nobody understand. Because You know the future, babe. You know the whole beginning from the end. This is a fun night, though. There's Mama Bear right there. We're putting death to all kinds of things that we've suffered together that I feel like was just something that was more or less forced upon us. But the magic in all that is that after all this time that now we're getting to wake up and know each other, and she's sure it's a splendid looking thing. Wait till she gets out the car, you'll see what she looks like. I don't know why she's honking at me like that. Let me go find out. I'm getting dizzy because I don't know why she wants me to come out to the car. Who's driving? I had never thought of myself as a jealous thief before. Never once crossed my mind. But I felt as guilty as one. I said when you pulled up that I'd never thought of myself as a jealous thief before, but the gravity felt the same.
What do you mean? What did you say?